Good. Rolling. Alright, to all of them. Guys, I think we're getting a problem with the life because of the fact that in the head we put terrorism attack, and that might be affecting our ability to bring the life to you. So we're here now at the site of where the explosion occurred last night that has caused the life of one individual and caused several other individuals to be injured. They got a forensic team. They got a police forensic team are on the ground here, and it's still an active investigation. I heard the president, you got more people coming here, more forensic experts. I don't know. I've never seen these individuals before. I don't know they're Guyanese. I've never seen them before. But you have a lot of people on the ground here. This area has been cordoned off, the whole gas station. Now, to give you the magnitude of the explosion last night, there was an assumption that a car exploded. Initial reports suggested a gas bottle. But if you look at all the windows on the northern side of this building, see if you could zoom in for them and show them. All the windows are shattered. So this explosion was a heavy one. I've received photographs that I will share with you of a hole in the ground. You could see rebar, concrete, solid concrete, broke open and laid weight a hole in the ground. That is how heavy this explosion was, right? Just to have an understanding. So the area has been cordoned up for safety. Look at the shattered glasses in the building. Now, from the point of the explosion, just to give you guys a gauge of what is going on. What are they doing? From the point of the explosion to where the windows have been shattered on the other side building is 100 feet. So you can imagine the strength of that explosion. There are damages to the side of the gas station. Show this top point here. Roger, there's damages all the way there. It's damaged, right? Everything is mangled. It's so happy that this car, this motor car that had occupants in it at the time would have been driving coming in, because, so let me give you guys a gauge of where we are. Let me give you guys a gauge of where we are and what's going on here. We're on Regent Street. This is Regent and King Street. This is the corners of Regent and King Street. King Street, in that direction is South Road and Crowell Street. In that direction, it's Robb Street, the cathedral. You can see the cathedral in the background. So we're in a junction here. Years ago in the dark days, a car with criminals drove past and shot and killed a traffic officer right here. So this junction is a known junction, one of the most famous junctions in Guyana, right? The gas station there is now mobile. It used to be Shell gas station back in the days. And the corner, the other corner on Charlotte Street, Charlotte and King Street, is the famous Mirage building, right? At the other corner. So this is no stranger to Guyanese. If you're Guyanese and you're anywhere in the world, you would know this place, where this place is. It's Regent and King Street, the corners of Regent and King Street, right? So the gas station, the area has been cordoned up. We got the police here, we got investigators on the ground. I don't know about our capability to investigate such matters, but I would want to think a country has the capability of doing that. But I do know, given the rising tensions in the region, I know that we can reach out for U.S. assistance. U.S., the FBI, ATF, these are all organizations who have an understanding and an experience and background with these kind of things, right? So I'm sure the government, if needs be, could reach out. I don't know what are the capabilities, and I'm not questioning. There must be some capabilities, because you had the Walter Rodney explosion, an explosion that killed Walter Rodney back in the day. So obviously, an organization that has been around as long as the Guyana Police Force will have the capacity. But given the circumstances that for years we've never had an instance like this. Recently, we had an explosion that transpired at the Cemetery Road outpost. We had an explosion occurred there, and it was an explosive device with a timer also. Given these circumstances, I do not know if the Guyana Police Force has the capabilities. I don't know. I'm not saying they don't, but I don't know. But what I do know, Guyanese could be rest assured, our partners in the United States, sister countries, there is the Caribbean security body. Obviously, they have that capacity. So, if it is the case, the Guyana Police Force doesn't have the capability, and I don't know if they have the capability, right? I'm not saying they don't, but if they don't, rest assured, Guyanese, they could reach out to persons who would be bored and willing to help us. So you don't have to be worried about anything. This is the initial stages. A lot of what's going to be happening here, going to be gathering information. So investigators could come after. If there's samples, I would want to think they're going to be combing these areas when, you know, from your little Lifetime movies and your little La and Order movies, you comb the whole area and see what are the fragments that came out of the explosive device, with the intention of piecing it together to see if there was a timer, what kind of material was used, if it was C4, if it was a homemade bomb, improvised explosive device, all these things. But I can tell you, as you see in the background here, members of the Guyana Police Force unit, investigative unit, for this kind of thing, they're on the ground, they're in hazmat suits. They're obviously going to be taking samples, because when you have an explosion, there's sediments. There's sediments that are left back from chemicals that you could take a sample and know, well, this was gas, this was diesel, this was C4. What kind of material was used in the explosive device? As we are, so to give you an understanding of what's going on, because the honest truth is, I feel a little uncomfortable. I feel a bit insecure, and you know, I'm not one for that. To put it in the context, the windows 50 feet away, 60 feet away blew out. You could imagine if this was a crowded Christmas time, how much people could have been injured. This is the center of our country. Not the north center, but the center. Everybody's up and down and moving with the children looking for things. I don't know what the intention is here. The Guyana Police Force issued a statement and suggested that they're looking for a Spanish-speaking individual. The statement suggested that an individual, tall, the man looked like me. When I look at the picture, it's not a clear picture, but the person's a fair-skinned person, tall, wearing a hat. If you're looking for a description, somebody tall like me, wearing a blue jersey, right? Fair-skinned person. So you got the team started. So this is a photographer. This is actually a photographer. Show. So this is actually a photographer taking photos of the scene. Yeah, this is the police photographer, and I would want to think they would be very extensive in taking of the evidence here. What is my concern is what's going on. We got to get to the bottom of it. For instance, I was wondering why the president had to issue a statement. The president is not in the country, he had to issue a statement. Because yesterday, initial reports suggested it was just a car explosion and it happened in a gas station. So we were thinking maybe it's gas related, fuel related, right? But it's not. It was intentional, and we see the magnitude of the damages that come out of that. One young Guyanese has lost their life. We want nobody lose their life in Guyana. Right? This is unfortunate. We have to look at this. We have to get to the bottom of this. I can tell you from the location. Look at how... Hold on. Look at how the car is mangled. Zoom into the car. There was a container, the area that has drink cases, the blue and yellow drink cases. That's a container that was storing materials for the, it looks like the center of the blast. It was storing materials for the gas station. But it looks like the center of the blast is just close to the gas bottles, right? So the individual is said to have come with a bulky bag, trying to put it into the rubbish bin close to the gas station. And then the individual would have been called out by one of the pump attendants or one of the employees for the gas station. And then they just left the bag and left. A little after that, there was a large explosion. Look at the car. So, to give you guys a gauge of where we are, the center of the explosion is, let me see if I can see the video and show them. So the zoom in. So the center of the explosion is there. This is the center of the explosion. Right? This here, this is ground zero. This spot here. Because how I've been able to ascertain that is there's a huge hole in the ground. Now you know gas stations carry tanks at the bottom. All these spots you're seeing here is where fuel is placed in tanks at the bottom of the gas station. All this area has tanks at the bottom, right? Now, when they put those tanks in there, the holds the fuel, diesel, gasoline. But then there's a solid casing that goes to the top. It's not normal concrete works like in a yard where you could just dig up easily. It's a solid cast material to ensure nothing gets to those tanks and those tanks are protected. So imagine there's a hole in the ground. A huge hole in the ground. So you can imagine the magnitude of that explosion. It's concerning. It is concerning. Why this area? Is a message being sent. There's a buildup of US forces in the South Caribbean Sea, in the Pacific, in covering all of Venezuela. There's a broiling issues coming up with the United States and Venezuela. And then there are a lot of migrants in our country. We can't be naive and not believe that the intention might be to create confusion. You've heard about this before. I've told you many times before about persons within Guyana that has association with the Maduros. This is very concerning. With the Maduro regime. This is very concerning. US senators have told you about this. One has to question oneself, where are we? Where's the intention? We're coming closer and closer day by day in this country to bigger things happen in this country. Only a few days from now would be the convening of Parliament, the 13th Parliament. One has to ask oneself, why now? When looking for a motive of something, all the years, all the heated controversy we've had, all the situations we've been in, one has to ask oneself, why now? Would anybody, let's say it's personal. Let's suggest it's personal. Who has an interest in this gas station, having this gas station closed down? Obviously, if somebody planted an explosive device here, the intention, oh shit, I think the people them may realize I did anything. So if an explosive device was placed here, the intention obviously was to send a message. This is not a specific person that was targeted, or was a specific person targeted, but why a huge explosive device? How does that work? Lots of concerns here. I am going to get myself a little more affair with the situation and try to get the news boss here to show you the hole in the ground and where the investigators are. Presently, that is ground zero. There's a huge hole in the ground, and it was just in front of the gas bottles. So the intention was to set off an explosive device. Well, it was set off, but to have more flammable and explosive stuff go off, because they did it right in front of the gas bottles. Unfortunately, the car you're seeing there right now, innocent bystanders have been hurt. One has to be vigilant. Guys, here, let's be vigilant. Let's be real. Let's not play politics with this is every Guyanese is affected because you don't know where it's going to be. You don't know what next is going to happen. Let's not play games with Guyanese lives. Let's agree on one thing. This is a serious matter, a matter of a serious nature, and could affect everybody. This area ain't got race. This area ain't got politics. Whatever the intention here was to harm innocent people, they did. Now it is up to us to decide what we're going to do, how we're going to respond. We're listening to what the security forces are saying. We're listening to what the government is saying. Follow the directions. If you see anything, if you see this person, you have a right. Now they're putting up, soon I've been told they'll be putting up clearer photos of the suspected perpetrator of this heinous crime, right? But all of us need to be on the lookout. This is a national issue. It's not a political, a partisan or bipartisan issue. No, no, no. This is a national issue that Guyanese are now affected in a certain way, and you gotta be vigilant. Let's not jump to conclusions, but ask many questions.
What can I say?
What's your name?
My name is Andre. What can I see?
That car is your black car.
Yeah, that car is my black car.
What happened last night?
I was just parked there and I just get it exposed. I just see the exposed. That was it.
What did you see anything?
I can't hear, buddy. I walk in there. Sorry.
The police tell you anything about when you can get your car?
No, they didn't tell me when I could get my car. I don't want that. There's too much of drama if I take that. Too much of drama if I take that. I cannot take that car. I can't take the car. Too much of drama because it's just me alone represent the gas station. Because when the bomb fire off, I was sitting in my car, right? My car go up in the air about like nearly 20 feet and come down back. The other car go up in the air about 10 and pitch away to the back. And I get up and I run and rescue the people them in the car whilst the building was on fire at the same time. So I take out the children them, bring them to front, call people, calling for ambulance. When I look around, nobody was out there. The gas station, everybody was empty. Everybody run away. Left me alone. One of the attendants for the gas station gave me two distinction, fire distinction. I went out the gas station fire and support the other children them to get into the car. And then I collapsed and the ambulance take me to the hospital. And that was it.
And where you got treated for the hospital?
Well, they didn't tell me yet I'm supposed to go back. But I'm still feeling indoor pain and burning in my body and so. Yeah.
All right. I know you're a little shake up and so this morning.
Right now, yeah. Things, right now I don't feel things, I ain't even getting for you much you said.
Okay. I understand.
I'm still getting the drama.
I understand.
How long after the fight people came in?
They take about like 20 minutes to 30 minutes. Because when I look around, nobody was there to help me.
And you single-handedly help those people?
Oh, yeah. I alone help the people them. I is the man who take care of the fire and everything. A guy run, bring one or the other thing, give me, and I run in the fire with it.
When you said fire, which building was on fire? Was it
all
the
day was fire. All day was fire. All day was fire. Big fire. I is the only man running there and out the fire.
Did you see anything weird or suspicious?
No, when I sit in my car, I see like a vapor, like, and I hear pootum. And when I catch myself, I jump in there and coming on back.
in your car?
In my car. And I fall through the window because the door open. And I come drag out. When I drag out, I stand up and I look. I see this car there in fire too. And I run out the car, pick up the people them, call another man come with me, and that was it.
You pulled the little girl up?
Yes. I take the guy first, the youth man first, he run to me first. I take him one side. When I go to the girl, she fall on she face. When I pick her up, she was almost died. The other one, the mother run back and pick up the other girl around the other side and bring out to us. Another guy come and help carry them to the car while I take care of the fire. whilst I take care of the fire.
Andre, what you do for a living?
I'm a taxi driver plus with different skills. I'm around the skills, man. Heavy duty operator, mason, contractor, anything jobs that I get. People call me, I work. I'm a multi-talent.
But last
Plus,
night you were just there waiting.
no, I came there buying gas. I was buying gas. And since I come out to the town, a lady said, man, wait till she collecting this chicken. And since I park and waiting, the lady gone for the chicken. Within 10 seconds, that was it. That was it.
What's your name again?
Andre Mukre.
Mukre.
Andre Mukre.
Thank you.